To close the season with a shutout.
It was very nice. It was very nice for our seniors. It was very nice to come in here and play like that. And all phases of the games. We had some special teams things happen for us. Defense played good. Offense played good. And the right guys made plays. So it was very fulfilling, I thought, to end the regular season the way they did tonight.
What did you see out of your defense today, Coach, that hasn't obviously always been there in the previous weeks, but at times it has, other times it hasn't? What did you see?
It's consistency. I mean, we were more consistent today. A couple of that one popped at the end. When I say inconsistent, in the defense that we're playing right now, it's a downhill defense, and there's a few cracks in there, so you really got to be able to run to the football. And these games when we've really been successful in it, we really ran to the ball well in the secondary. The ones that there's a couple runs last week that got away from us because we really weren't running to the ball the way you need to in this defense. So a little bit of everything, but just tonight I was just really pleased with them. They played the defense the way it's supposed to, and they were tackling the defensive line. When you only got 3 guys out there, they got to be really good. And they were really good tonight. Bryce Douglas always does a great job at the nose, and Bryce rolls those defensive ends in there and keeps them fresh for the whole football game, and that helps.
Well, Coach, the big question is, I know you can't be in the room with the committee, but if you got a chance to get in there and make the case for UNI, what would it be?
The case would be this, is first and foremost, we've beaten number 20, I believe, number 9, and number 2. The losses we've had, most of them been on the road. We've got the strongest schedule of all 127 FCS schools. And we're the only team in our league that beat number 1 or number 2. We beat number 2, South Dakota State, head-to-head. I mean, that's about, it is what it is. So when we're healthy, we play very good football. We had a couple guys nicked up in a couple of those other games, but you know, I think we positioned ourselves that there will be talk at the table, and then it's up to them to make the choice. And I think that we played clean enough football, sound enough football tonight to really show what this team can do and has done multiple times this year already.
Indiana State beat Western Illinois tonight. How comfortable are you sitting here tonight that there'll be a game next week?
I'm not comfortable. I'm never comfortable. You know me. So it's. You control what you control. So our players need to go enjoy this tonight. We all need to watch what happens tomorrow, and a little bit of hope, and we'll see what happens. But I'm just pleased that we finished our season the way we did for our regular season, for the parents that were there, and that was probably one of the tougher senior nights I've had, because that's a heck of a group of guys that had their last regular season home game. So my only stress is that they get in the playoffs, because if you come to UNI, that's what my hope is they all get an opportunity to go to some NFL team and get a tryout, and they all get to play in the playoffs. And if we can get them that far with a degree in their hand, then we've had a successful career here at UNI. So there's a lot of these guys that'll get tryouts in the NFL, but ultimately we want to get them in the playoffs. That's our job. That's my ultimate goal every year, is to get every guy an opportunity to go to the playoffs and play this round to see if you can end up as number 1 in the country.
Coach, it's just the first time since 1971 you've had 3 shutouts in a single season. That's an impressive feat for your defense.
That's really impressive then. I did not know that, but the shutouts are hard to get, especially in this day and age with the style of offenses that are out there. And I think that's a compliment to, first and foremost, our players, because we changed defenses halfway through the season. And it's the depth. I mean, there's a lot of guys that played, and we had to transition. So you have to, the intelligence of our football team, as much as the coaches, the time that they put in, because you just don't put a defense in a week. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of time, and it takes good teachers, but it also takes great learners. And we had the combination of both with the players and the coaches that we had.
If you play next week, you know who's going to play linebacker?
We were actually trying to figure out who was going to finish the night of playing linebacker. And that's why I had to call timeout, because we had to figure out how to structure it to get enough out there. So we'll find a way. If there's one thing around here we can do, we can teach linebackers. So we'll find a way to get a linebacker on the football field that will be very successful.
Coach, when Eli hit Jalen for that 27-yard touchdown in the second quarter late, that was the first time in 10 quarters the offense had started in its own territory and then went on to score a touchdown. Did you see improvement out of your offense today, kind of knowing that there had been, to a degree, some struggles over the past few weeks?
Yeah, there's been struggles, but I tell you what, where the compliment needs to go is what you don't know is that Coach Bond was gone all week long. He was gone all week because of a family emergency. And those young coaches on offense really did a tremendous job planning, structuring, finishing the week, because we had a little adversity internally. And they just, usually that's when you become your best, is when you face that. And between Ryan Clanton, Danielson, McCann, Quinton, they all did a great job of rallying. And then the offense really did a nice job of picking it up. And then Coach Bond just got back today from back home because he'd be with his father. But it really showed those guys really came together and really did a nice job of pulling this together. And then we had the success we did. So they were well prepared. Anybody else? Thanks.